Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video. So, Butler, you want to deal with the devil next. What do you have to offer? I have the deed to the water tower. Pretty good. Now go ahead and cut. Not so fast, I'm not done. I also wager the rights to the show, the entire series of the MCU, every Power Ranger season ever made, my Switch controller, Gen Switch controller, the Pokemon game, an Xbox 360, a new TV, the deed to the Warner Brothers mansion, and root beer. That should get everything they bet back and more. Am I not correct? Yes? Wait, aren't you even going to look at your cards? Oh, I don't need to look at my cards, because I've already won. Possible. He couldn't have won that easily. He didn't even look at his cards. How does he beat the devil? Unless he has something I don't. Does he have something? I don't know. What are his cards? Damn it. Is it getting hot in here or is it just me? Do I call his bluff? I have too much riding on this if he does have something. Oh God. Oh, the fires of hell are nothing compared to this. Okay. Calm down. What's my hand? Crap, I can barely see. I'm so damn nervous. I fold. Pleasure gaming with you, Master Satan. I'll be sure to come back next time there's some trouble. Well, that's great. So can I have my stuff back? Oh, I never said I was giving it to you. I won it fair and square. Hey, that's not fair. You told us you would give us our stuff back. Did I? I don't recall ever saying something like that. Then what do we get out of it? Oh, you get a learning experience. Never deal with the devil, always bet on black, and the butler is here to serve. I think we just got served in more ways than one. This is Beast Island. Well, I'm not gonna lie, Beast Island doesn't really add anything to the story. It's kinda weird that way. But let's go over it anyway. So, Adora, Bo, and Swiftwind are on their way to Beast Island. They kind of crash land, but not really, and no one's hurt, so why bother with crash landing in the first place? And thus enter Beast Island. What do they encounter on Beast Island? Well, no beasts, at least not right from the get-go, but they do see evidence that Entraptra has been here. So if nothing else, it is worth looking into. So they travel inward into the island, discussing what they should do, and Bo is wondering about Tumblr, not sure why. He's already in deep shit with her anyway, so might as well go all in and do what he wants, right? But they are immediately attacked. They try to get She-Ra to help out, but for some reason, the sword's not working. So this only leaves them with one option. Run like little bitches! Why don't they just fly away on Swiftwind? As usual, the problem is not addressed, but Swiftwind hurts his ankle at somewhere along the line, and Swiftwind keeps complaining about hearing weird sounds in the jungle, where everything could be making weird sounds. But it all remains mute because they're still being attacked. Bo tries to defend them, but he tries his best. Adora still can't obtain the powers of She-Ra, so it looks like they're all gonna die. Well, not so fast, because Jungle Man comes in to save the day, with weird magical powers that make Tumblr look like bullshit. But in all fairness, she's looked like bullshit since the beginning of the series. So, that doesn't take much. They thank the Jungle Man, only to discover he was King Micah all along. Wait, King Micah's alive? Yeah, because the show is She-Ra. Nobody dies on She-Ra. Hell, we're just counting the seasons until Queen Debbie shows back up. No, this is perfect. Don't you see? See what?
With King Micah coming back, that means he has the full rightful claim to the throne, which makes Tumblr no longer queen. She's back to being
a princess.
And how?
Which means the right to command Bright Moon and the Resistance Army falls to King Micah.
Tumblr will be stripped of all of her power. Most of her power.
Which means we got to protect King Micah at all costs.
This man must leave this island!
So, with the grand revelation of King Micah being alive, they immediately try to greet him as a king. But they also see that he's not quite all there. Given how long he's probably been on this island, versus being entirely alone, trapped on an island with several beasts trying to kill him at every hour of the day, you probably wouldn't look your best either. But it doesn't matter, because he's the rightful king and we need to protect him in order to get Queen Tumblr off the throne. Literally, the better of two evils. So he takes Adora and her crew to a possible safe location as they begin to chat it up, try to catch him up on new events. Even though they do give him some things, he's much more interested in the fact that the horse is fucking talking, because horses do not talk.
Yeah, it's getting them to shut up, that's the trick.
But then the subject of Entraptra gets brought up, and he exclaims that she is probably dead, or if nothing else, in mortal danger, as he explains how Beast Island works. Turns out the signal that Swiftwind has been hearing is a common occurrence. Spend enough time on the island, and inevitably you will hear it. And it gets stronger the closer you get into the island. And where is Entraptra? She ran off into the center of the island, because of course she did. But what is this signal anyway? Well, apparently this signal boosts depression sensors in your brain, causing you to collapse. And the island will capture you, entrap you there forever in your own pity party self-doubt. That's a pretty fucked up way to go. King Micah somehow managed to survive all this, with the sheer determination of one day leaving the island in order to get back home to his family. Yikes. Nobody tell him. So even though the most dangerous part of the island is the very center, they decide to go there in order to try to find Entraptra. He doesn't want to go, but they persuade him, and he instantly agrees. And so, they're off to the center of the island.
You know, I'm actually kind of shocked.
Shocked about what?
King Micah actually feels competent. Is that really so much a surprise? Well, something I notice about this show is that only the competent characters are princesses or creatures of the kind. And most of the other characters, if not all of the other characters, tend to be on the more useless end of that spectrum, and completely incompetent or inept. Heck, even Bo, one of the nicest and most generous characters on the show, only has a bow and arrow to work with in a fight when he's literally walking around with the equivalent of nuclear bombs on a regular basis. And yet, we have King Micah here, who managed to survive all by himself on a death island, with the only thing he wants to do is go back home to his wife and daughter. And yet somehow he is proving more competent than any of the other characters in the Princess Alliance. That only gives us more of a reason in order to get him off this island in one piece. He's more competent than anyone else. Hold on, Micah. Before you take any other step, allow me to clear the way. After you, my king. The most direct path to the center of the island.
So they continue walking down this island of death, having a grand old time. But Swiftwind gets weaker and weaker as the signal in his brain getting stronger and stronger. But then, all of a sudden, there's no time to worry about that, as they're being chased by an army of killer monkeys. They say they should have listened to Queen Glimmer, which catches the attention of King Micah. Realizing, oh shit, what does he mean by Queen Glimmer? How long has he been gone? Adora clams up for the first time, but he's not having any of that. He demands to know what's happening to his kingdom, to his wife. But even still, there's no time to worry about that, as now Adora can hear the sound. And Swiftwind succumbs to the power of the island, as he drops there, depressed and possibly dying. They try to get help from the others, but Bo starts succumbing to this as well. They all start succumbing to the power of the island. The only two who are able to resist is King Micah and Adora. But then, at the worst possible time, Adora drops the bombshell. His wife is dead. Well, presumed dead. And Tumblr is the queen. I'm not sure which one hit him harder. The fact that his wife is dead, or the fact that his little girl is now a queen biatch. And he succumbs to the power of the island once and for all. And Adora sits there, laying, defeated. But then, with one remembering boost of power later, she breaks out of her funk and unleashes the power of Grayskull. Which makes no sense because how can she use her power now and not before? Apparently she was suffering through some weird mental block about how she felt like she was being a bad friend and not worthy of the power of She-Ra. That is dumb. She is dumb. She has done nothing but be a good friend. It's Tumblr who's not being a good friend. Don't blame yourself, Adora. It's all on Tumblr. So She-Ra manages to break everyone out of their funk with a weird magical blast, and now everyone seems to be caught up to Paige, and thus ready for the fight of the evil killer monkeys. But before even that happens, an even bigger threat arises, presumably as a giant evil monkey comes in center stage. It begins to open its mouth, only to reveal Entraptra! Yes! Best Princess of She-Ra is back!
You are the only one who can save the show!
Quick, do something funny! Make people like this show again! But even though that's where the story of Adora's crew ends, there was also a B-plot involving Tumblr, unfortunately, as she stupidly is trying to brave around the Palace of Crystals in order to find Lighthope. And when she demands to speak with her, Lighthope literally brushes her off, because not even Lighthope has time for her bullshit. But when Tumblr insists on talking, Lighthope responds by sending a horde of spiders at her. But Tumblr is unfortunately ready for the fight. She somehow manages to kick all of the spiders' asses and pleads to Lighthope that she wants to fire the weapon. Which this gets Lighthope's attention, and Lighthope gives her temporary access. How unfortunate for us. So she leads Tumblr into a crystal chamber, usually reserved for She-Ra, but Lighthope decides to, since She-Ra's not willing to balance the planet, maybe this rando queen will. So, Lighthope begins to explain how to balance the planet. Would have been useful information for Adora to learn this, but I guess Lighthope is not picky about who learns how to fire the weapon, so long as they want to fire the weapon. But the only way to balance the planet is to get all of the princesses to align to their rune stones. And unfortunately, one princess in particular has yet to align to her rune stone, and thus the planet is not balanced. In order to fire the weapon, Scorpia needs to align with the Black Garnet. And unfortunately for us, she's right where Tumblr wants her. And that was Beast Island. Nothing really game-changing happens in this episode, so nothing really to say. Anyone who saw King Micah trying to talk to Queen Debbie in the season 3 finale would have probably guessed that King Micah was still alive. So it comes to no shock that he's still kicking. And for something called Beast Island, I was expecting a few more exotic beasts and not your generic run-of-the-mill shit. Tumblr continues to make the worst possible decision she can as queen. Nothing really changing there. All this episode was trying to set up as fast as possible the season finale. Which hopefully is good, but it's probably not going to be because it's once again another plot that could doom the entire planet. Yeah, don't think I haven't caught that one. So, until next time, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen.